If you're anything like me, then at some point in your life, you've drank heavily. Maybe you still do, but I'm not here to judge. I will talk about some positives and negatives, however. Negatives are the excruciating hangovers, dehydration, and an absence of cash. But on the positive side, sometimes you wake up next to some free software, such as Carling Pub Quiz. That's right, during the late 90s and early noughties there was somewhat of an explosion in the free things offered in pubs category. Whether it's free hats, squeezy stress toys, or even audio CDs, there was always some form of branded marketing being dished about to drunken punters. The Carling Pub Quiz arrived in 1998, when multimedia was the hot thing. Just imagine having the fun of a pub quiz machine in your very own home. Yeah, it's not quite the same, is it? Gathering your mates around your Windows 98 machine and booting up a half-arsed implementation of a pub favourite? But let's dive into it anyway. Now you can challenge yourself with traditional pub quiz questions on your PC at home, with over 7,000 questions covering entertainment, general knowledge, etc, etc. You can challenge up to 3 friends to an on-screen buzz-in quiz, or for larger events create and print out your own traditional quiz sheets. Alrighty then, let's dive in. Well, installation is pretty quick, which you'd expect given this CD only contains 6 megabytes of files. Bit of a waste of a CD really. Under the GSP menu we find Carling Pub Quiz tucked away, GSP being the company behind this and numerous other budget multimedia titles of the time. At this point, if you're stuck, you can dive straight into the help section, which opens up a standard help file. Here we can find out how to answer questions among some other gems of knowledge. Starting the quiz presents you with a list of question collections, along with player options and a timer function if desired. Multiple players can be achieved through taking turns, via a buzzer with a nominated key, or a combination of the two. The buzzer, and in fact sound effects throughout, are a little sporadic. Sometimes they work, other times no tomato. Plus you might as well buzz in for every question as early as possible, as there's no penalty for doing so and it blocks your friends from having a chance. But if you're playing with one person, which is more than possible after your friends all leave, then you just answer question after question after question until either the timer or the questions run out. There's no multiple choice as you'd usually expect with this type of game. Instead you have to type the answer. Although there is some leeway in how you answer. If your response doesn't match exactly, then you'll usually be asked if it's close enough, requiring some honesty. Plus the algorithm doesn't work well all the time, sometimes completely marking down answers which are correct to all intents and purposes. You can see this is firmly based in the late 90s with some of these questions, whilst others are of course timeless. The idea is to fill up your bar, or glass, whatever that represents, by getting correct answers, and at the end we're presented with a nice chart to indicate the losers and winner, if there is indeed a winner at all from playing this game. This is late 90s CD-ROM software at its very worst, and also because of that very reason, its very finest. Which is why it's marvellous and worth venturing into. For me at least, if only to remember how awful free gifts from the pub truly were.